This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good morning everyone. We continue Mishna Berura Yomi. We're up to Siman Taf Mem Beis Sif Tes. Says the Holy Mechaber Chometz shenes apeish koydem zman Yisroi. Chometz that became putrid, it rotted before the Zman Isser. V'nivsa me'achilas hakelav, and it became disqualified that even a dog wouldn't eat it. Oishas rafai ba'eish, or it got burnt in fire. V'nechrach, and it was singed. Ad she'inaroi lakelav. It's not fit for a dog to consume. Oisha yichadai liyeshivai, or it was designated for sitting on. V'tachai seb'sid, and you smeared it with cement. Mutter l'kamim on Pesach. All these things you got to keep on Pesach. Says Mishna Berura, koydem zman Yisro v'nivsa, ritzan elamer shenivsa me'achilas kelav, koydem zman Yisro became unfit for the consumption of a dog before the Zman Isser. Koydem Pesach lo niskalka rak me'achilas adam. Let's say before Pesach, it only became unfit for a human to eat. V'toicha Pesach niskalka b'yoyser, and during Pesach it became more ruined. Ad she'en roi l'achilas kelav, it's not even fit for a dog to eat. Ha'yachayv levar, you'd have to destroy it. Kimin shavashash yegis man achiv habir, since at the time that the Zman chiv bir came, ha'yaroi adayin l'achilas kelav, it was still fit for the consumption of a dog. Koydem zmanoi, before the time, la'afuke la'achar zmanoi, to the exclusion of, if it after this man, le'nifka Yisrael the sarf le'lagamri, it does not become, the Isser is not lifted, it is not removed until it's completely burned. So in this case, in other words, it was burnt in fire and before this man and only singed. However, if it was not, if it became this way after this man, now it has to be completely burnt. As he had a thick clod of chametz, bein isa kashav bein pas, whether a hard doughy substance or bread. V'yichdei l'yeshiva kan Pesach was designated for sitting before Pesach. V'yafta b'daite silka mitar seichovit le'rak lazeh, even though in his mind he removed it from a food and he nullified it for this. Nevertheless, as long as you don't smear it with cement, the bittul doesn't help. Just smearing something with cement alone doesn't help if you don't designate it for sitting. So you need two factors. You need to designate it for sitting, plus you need to smear it with cement. With this it helps, even if it's not completely disqualified from eating. So all you need is designation and smearing with cement. Hatam, the reason why you don't need nifsal me'achila, mishon debatle al yidei zeh mishem oichel, by designating it for sitting and smearing with cement, it disqualifies it from eating. V'hinei miloshen ha'mechaber mashma, from the language, and the mechaber implies that tzarch latuach oiseh mikol tzad, that you need to smear it on all ends. Aval b'gemara isa, in the Gemara we find v'tach paneh batit, and you smeared its face with cement. So that only implies that you smeared it on one side. It could be that we're explaining that when it says paneha, it could be when the Gemara says you smeared paneha betit, hainu paneha ha koifes sa'ar mikol tzad. Meaning, when it says paneha, it's referring to the face of the koifes sa'ar on each side. That's what paneha refers to. Rashi in the Gemara says tach paneha means l'sakna liyeshiva. That implies you're only smearing with cement on the top side where you sit down. But if you look in the Karban Hasanel, the Shatzian quotes that the Rush would hold you need to smear with cement on every side. However, it's not absolutely definitive. So says the Mishna Berura, not only allowed to keep it on Pesach, all these items you're allowed to get benefit. But to eat it, it is prohibited rabbinically until after Pesach. Even though it's an unfit type of eating, because it's disqualified for anything. In other words, why is it asur midrabanan? It's not roi la'achila b'chlal. But nevertheless, if he wants to eat it, we say achshavei. He considers it, he reckons it important. V'davka b'zeh achshavei. Only with this that he considers it important. Aval nafal mamela chametz zesh and nifsal me'achilas kel v'tech machal. It's only an issue if there's achshavei. But if it fell mamela, if chametz that became nifsal me'achilas kel fell into the food, afilu rak berubai, even if all you have is roiv, ein lesser lechol samach, we're not going to answer it. The Chometz zehu ka'afar ba'alma. This Chometz is like dust. Ve'almudi she'oisen mishuman dagim. This Michael called almudi, they make out of the fat of fish. Im lechem koloi koidem ha'Pesach. With toasted bread before Pesach. If you know the bread was so burnt that it's not fit for a dog to eat, you can maintain it on Pesach and sell it to a guy. Also, you know how to eat it. But if you don't know, it is also even to keep it and to benefit from. Okay, we will continue Be'ezus Hashem with Sif Yud after Shabbos.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.